Will, I said we have Will here. Pretty self-explanatory. It's all about our waterworks straight over behind us here. So, Will, do you want to take it as read, or do you want to speak to it and just take questions?
Yeah, I'll just take it as read. No, just take it as read. Just note that it's below budget.
Water treatment retaining wall. That's all it is, a retaining wall. As you can see the tenders.
Good deal.
I must say this is a public document, so I'm not speaking out of turn. I believe I did actually open these tenders that there's $500,000 difference in tenders on $1 million contract. Unbelievable. However, I'll open up questions. Councillor Williams.
Yeah, I'm always, I was a little bit concerned, Will, that the successful tender is just so far below the engineer's estimate, and I just wondered if any of those other tenderers were anywhere close to that lower tender price.
Yeah, so just a little bit of note on the engineer's estimate. That's done right at the start of a project when we're looking at, this, which, to put it in context, is $26 million. So at that point in time, it's quite a high-level estimate. So as we get closer, there's a big scope of works which is issued, and then at that point in time, the tender's issued, and there's a lot more detail able to be had. So at that point in time, the tenderers are then able to get into a lot more detail around what the contract is and how they can price it. Probably the advantages that this contractor that we're recommending is being successful. They've actually worked here before, so they have an understanding of the local environment. Also, say at the moment with the way the economy is, it's very competitive for tenderers as well.
I guess it's just to make sure that it is a realistic, that we don't go just for the cheap stock.
I think number 5, point number 5 sort of really covers that, Councillor Williams. Councillor Hickling.
I have pleasure in moving the suggested resolution, Your Worship.
Moved Councillor Hickling. Is there a second somewhere? Is that a hand to Councillor Henderson? Before I go to all in favour, any more discussion on it? Okay, the second to Councillor Henderson. All those in favour? Aye. Carried. Good luck to Schick Engineering. Number 10 is for Forest Road seal extensions. So we have Dennis here now. Dennis, do you want to comment on it? Take it as read. Take
it as read, Your Worship.
Okay. Question from Councillor Cook?
Just one. I noticed that all the other tenderers were Taupo companies, and I'd just like the same sort of reassurance. I mean, Campbell from Rotorua has just not been accepted because it was the lowest. The Taupo, our rate-paying sort of people, were considered. Their tenders were considered very much in the same vein.
Fortunately, with roading contracts, we cannot use our weighting principle where we have a rating for local contractors, because this is subsidised work under national policy. So we cannot do anything other than basically accept. Dennis?
You're correct, it is the lowest price, but part of doing the tender evaluation is to look at the capability of the contractor to ensure that he's going to provide a good job. I just point out that while some of those contractors have got Taupo at the end of them, Fulton Hogan is a national organisation, international, so's Higgins, so's Downer, but that's part of the process to make sure that they're capable of delivery.
They employ local people, that's the only reason I'm asking.
There's no roundabout involved.
Well, I think Turapaki are going to be extremely happy once it's done, that's for sure. Does it actually get them right to Turapaki?
Yes, it will mean that all of Forest Road is sealed.
Yeah, so those milk tankers that are now running around Maraka and all that, it's going to, that's good. Well, that helps the local economy and enterprise. Councillor Downer?
Dennis, that was kind of what I was going to ask. Does that mean that that's the whole 5 kilometres done, or have we still got more to do?
That spends, we've got $600,000 annually to spend, so it doesn't necessarily get the 5k, it depends on what the topography is, what we've got to do, and so we get as much as we can.
It's quite a hard road to do, isn't it? Yes. Yeah.
Councillor Craig?
I'm just going to ask, have Campbell Infrastructure got a proven record in our district?
That's part of what we check. They've been doing a lot of work for Rotorua District Council. Probably the most easily recognisable from your guys' perspective is they did some work on Broadlands Road out by Reparoa last October, November, just before
Ironman,
just before Ironman and half Ironman.
Okay, if there's nothing further, do we have a mover for that tender contract, which is going to make Turapaki and Miraka very, very happy? Moved Councillor Williams, seconded Councillor Johnson. All those in favour? Go get the tar seal down, team. Moving to agenda item number 11. Well, Gareth's not here. He's on annual leave. So does anybody want to speak to this item because Mr Green's not here? You've been issued with the extension plans. It's all part of the process of bringing all the staff back into this building from Gillespie Plaza and a few other satellite places. Gareth Green's not here today, so ask some questions and we'll see who's best to answer. Councillor Kevin.
I was just going to ask, and it's probably of Mr Minhenna, which cost centre or budget is this coming out of?
It comes out of the district budget. And when we did the original annual plan for this year, we allowed for work that would need to be done in the Borderlands Service Centre area and also to this building. So we actually had a block of money that's already budgeted for both projects.
So it's budgeted expenditure?
It's budgeted expenditure.
And we are a district now, so it's got to come out of the district bin.
Half your staff are up here now anyway, Gary, aren't they?
Any further questions on this extension? You were showing the plans. Actually look quite good the way you seat those 4 people in those, the way they can interact rather than the old-fashioned office doors are closed nonsense. Councillor Minshew?
Just sort of reconfirm for us, Rob, I guess that the staffing numbers and that this is the future ahead for the Taupo District. Is this building's going to get through for the next period?
Foreseeable future, and this work is to both modernise and create a workable environment for the staff that we have brought back, because at the moment the conditions for some of the staff aren't really that acceptable, but we've moved them back earlier so that we can remove ourselves from the Gillespie lease, which was quite a substantial cost to us.
That window was July the 31st. We had to be out or renew for another 2 years. But I would like to say this, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, by doing this extension to the council building should surely draw a line in the sand to everybody in Taupo to say that we are staying here.
I'd just like to say, just in case there's anybody who might be watching or is in the room, if they're worried about the amount of money being spent on the building, as a former council staff member years ago, I can totally vouch for the fact that it is in dire need of some upgrading. So just if anyone wanted to know from an insider's point of view, that it definitely does need to be done.
You only have to cast your eyes around to see we need a bit of money. We've got a leaking roof at the moment. But the point is, it's budgeted expenditure, it's in your LTP, and it has to be done, and we are drawing the line in the sand that home sweet home is right here. Councillor Henderson.
I'd just like to say I support this. I think it's a good idea, and I look forward to bringing soon to Council the list of scheduled buildings which Council owns at the bottom end of the lake, most of which haven't had a dime spent on them since 1972. But we'll leave that for next year.
Well, we just did Mangakino up. We've just done your library up down there, and we've built a swimming pool. But we'll get there.
Yep.
We'll get there. Your point is taken, Councillor Henderson.
And so is yours, Your Honour.
I'll move.
Moved Councillor Hickling, seconded by Mangakino representative wanting to spend district money. Seconded Councillor Truman. All those in favour?